They always say that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Is it true? Let's find out. Furniture store downtown because I need some new paintings and new, knickknacks to put in the house. So I feel like this probably is a good spot for this. I think the wife is actually getting a welcome rug because those are so cool to have, so hip, so hot, so dope to have. It says, "Ring a bell, win a dog." Thanks for joining me on the Peter Chao Show. I'm here to talk about my involvement as an actor on the new Bruce Lee project, Birth of the Dragon. It was an absolute honor for me to be a part of this project, and I want to spend an entire video talking about my experience as an up-and-coming actor on such a big project. Now, when I was little, 5 years old, my dad introduced me to Enter the Dragon. So as an actor, being a part of such a big project as your first major movie was a huge honor for me because I grew up watching martial arts movies. I grew up watching The Chinese Connection, Fists of Fury, Enter the Dragon, and so on. And because Bruce Lee was such a major part of my young life, I mean, I was watching Enter the Dragon before I was probably supposed to. 18 plus, 5 years old, whatever. I don't think my dad gave a shit. But I watched it and I fell in love with martial arts. Then I transitioned into watching Jet Li movies, Jackie Chan movies. And as a kid, I actually wanted to become a director, not so much an actor. Obviously, when you're young and you're making movies, you kind of do both. You do a little bit of directing, you produce everything, and then you're also in it because you want to see your face in the movie that you're producing. But then when I finally moved to Vancouver and I went to Vancouver Film School to study film production, it was ironic because it turned out that in studying film production, I actually fell in love with the other side of the camera. And a lot of that had to do with my transition into doing YouTube, for instance. I would never have started YouTube as Peter Chao if I didn't really like looking at myself in the camera. I'm not super comfortable rewatching my videos. I really don't revisit a lot of my older stuff. So when you guys go on my page and say, oh, you should make videos like you used to, I don't know what that means. That doesn't compute for me. I don't know what an old Peter Chao video looks like because that was a different part of my life. The stuff that I do now is how I've evolved as a person. And here's the thing, in watching the trailer, you'll see Simon Yin's character. That was actually the role that I had auditioned for originally.
Man, he's on a pilgrimage to check out Kung Fu in America.
But because I was obviously better looking than the lead, Billy Magnuson, they can't have the supporting sidekick character be better looking than the white guy. So they cast Simon Yin. Just kidding, Simon. You're a good looking cat. But the movie is centralized around Billy Magnuson, a white character, and a lot of feedback is coming back, even from people who have just seen the trailer, saying, oh great, another Bruce Lee movie about white people. It's not about white people. There's white people in it because Bruce Lee actually embraced white culture. So you can't really say that a Bruce Lee movie is being whitewashed. Bruce Lee himself married a white lady, taught Chuck Norris Kung Fu. I mean, it's not like the guy hated white culture, so what's wrong with infusing a little bit of white culture within a Bruce Lee movie? I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And obviously, making a movie about Bruce Lee, you're going to get positive feedback, you're going to get negative feedback. And I haven't even seen the final movie yet, so I don't exactly even know if the critics are right. But I feel like a lot of people, even now, because trailers are so long, gives away the entire plot, gives away the whole fucking thing. I feel people are more inclined to issue their opinion even before seeing the final fucking movie, which is totally fine. You can do that, but nobody will respect your opinion. It's a little bit of a bandwagoning situation because if one person does it, I feel like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do it too. I'm gonna say the same fucking thing as this other guy did. But I'm gonna reserve my opinion for after I watch the movie. When the movie comes out, guaranteed I'm gonna bring my entire family, my friends, everybody to see my first foray in a major motion picture that happens to be a Bruce Lee movie. Obviously, my part isn't big. If you go on imdb.com and search Peter Chao, you'll see that I play a busboy. But the important thing is when you go and audition for a movie, you may not get the role that you actually originally had auditioned for. When I auditioned for this role, I may have not had the perfect look for the role. But the important thing is that the casting directors liked my performance enough in the audition that they brought me back to fill an additional role. And one of those additional roles was playing a busboy. So here I was thinking, oh, okay, I'm gonna get 1 or 2 days on the set of a big Hollywood movie. I'm gonna call it a day and go home. But then I found out that in this version of the story, the busboy was actually in that fight between Wong Jack Man and Bruce Lee. So I was like, shit, I'm gonna get a lot of fucking money for this. And I was right. And as an up-and-coming actor, I have to tell you one thing. You really do count the days that you're on a project. Now, I knew, as someone who has been a fan of martial arts films my whole life, I knew it takes forever to shoot a fight scene. So this movie took fucking 15 days to shoot just the final fight, and I don't even think that's actually that long. Entire independent films are filmed in 15 days. This was just the fight. And now when casting directors are casting me out for new TV roles, new movies, they'll see that I was a part of such a major motion picture in a supporting role, and it doesn't really matter whether you play a busboy, a fucking servant, you don't have a name. You have 15 days on a movie, it looks good on your resume. And I hope all of you guys who have been continuing to support my passion and drive will continue to support me, because I need your guys' support to move and get to the next level. Let's just be straight. I've never seen YouTube as a stepping stone, because I didn't even realize that YouTube was going to be a thing when I did it. YouTube was something that drove me creatively. So check out the new trailer for Birth of the Dragon. Come back and tell me what you thought about it, or tweet me directly, because I'll probably read it, at PyroBooby. Follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook. Chao, sai, motherfucker.